this is Barry Haimo. Thanks for tuning in to another dose of bite-sized bits of knowledge where we give you a meaningful amount of information in a short amount of time. Up to this point, you've learned a lot about estate planning, what it means, what it includes, why you do it, what happens if you don't do it. I hope that you found it meaningful. Today we're going to take a step forward in the direction of getting a little bit more complex. What I want to talk about today is planning, estate planning, when there's a surviving spouse who is financially irresponsible. Let me paint a picture for you. You've worked your butt off for a long time. You've accumulated assets. Perhaps they consist of bank accounts, some stocks, bonds, maybe a car, maybe a boat, and a house, maybe a vacation house, an investment property, annuities, life insurance, 401ks, IRAs. Maybe you have a small business. Whatever it is, whether it's all or part of what I just said, those are yours and you've worked hard for them. Your spouse has probably worked hard for them too, and in many cases, it's all kind of one big pot of spousal assets. Well, when one spouse passes away, as we discussed, everything will go to the spouse and or minor kids, depending on a lot of different factors. That's without planning, the spouse just gets the money. If they're titled jointly, the spouse gets the money. If that spouse is financially irresponsible, then there's a risk that the money will be spent, it will be wasted, it will be mismanaged, and I guess most importantly, it won't end up going to your kids or your grandkids. It will go elsewhere. We don't know where that will be. If you find your spouse to be unable to manage money, and you do a proper estate plan that includes, leveraging life insurance, you may want to consider utilizing a trust where your spouse can be the beneficiary, and he or she can, to some degree, participate in the management, control a portion, not control another portion. Maybe have another family member involved to manage the assets. Maybe have a professional trustee manage the assets. The point is that if both spouses are on the same page about the inevitable ultimate goal being keep it in the family, make sure it goes to the spouse for his or her maintenance, support, living needs, but then the balance goes to the kids, the only real way to do that is through a trust. Otherwise, you're taking the risk and just kind of hoping that things will work out the way you intended. So, to summarize, a trust is a really helpful tool to achieve your goals of ensuring that your assets will be properly managed, protected, and preserved for the next generation while benefiting your spouse fairly and reasonably. We're not talking about withholding money, but just in a way that achieves your goals. That's done through a trust. Without it, you're rolling the dice. It's a very common concern that we address. It's a problem that we frequently solve, and I'm happy to bring it to your attention. So thank you for stopping by. Stay tuned for more. Give us a call, and we'd be happy and look forward to working with you. Thanks.